No, I think the first thing I want to review, because I'm in a good mood right now,
Okay,
B.
okay.
I want to talk about Travis Scott's Days Before Rodeo
Hey, man.
because it's the anniversary. Literally the day that we're shooting this, the anniversary was the day before. I put on the podcast notes because we've been doing album reviews this year, obviously, even though this is our first year doing a podcast, but we haven't done one in a long while.
Yeah, yeah.
And Days Before Rodeo, funnily enough, we put it on the podcast notes earlier last
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
And then all the stuff about Days Before Rodeo is now coming out about the new vinyl release, the deluxe vinyl release, and
Streaming.
coming back on streaming. Him having unreleased tracks
From the
or like
era.
studio parts that came from that era. All the stuff is coming about Days Before Rodeo, and this is going to be somewhat a talk, a review, but also a discussion about Days Before Rodeo and Travis's, I guess, a bit of his career and his evolution from Days Before Rodeo to where he's at now. But let's actually talk about the music and get into it. Days Before Rodeo, B. Where was you at when you first heard this?
Oh my God. I was back home, I think it was, I don't know if it was schools for the start, because I was at the time I was still going I was in college, and I was back home and I played this because All Pharaoh, was a super letdown for us guys that was really, really hyped for Travis Scott.
It was horrible.
It was bad. So I went into this album because I don't think I heard any singles, anything he put out before.
I don't think I've heard anything either. I'm not
Trying
sure.
to think. I don't know if it was like, yeah, I don't know if I heard anything, bro. Anyways, I don't think I heard anything, but I went into this with low expectations. Be honest, I love the album cover. That's one thing I was like, yo, this cover, I liked it.
I was scared.
I like the cover.
I like it in retrospect.
Because I remember the countdown and everything. On Hot New Hip Hop, I remember the countdown. I'm like, all right, I'm going to dive into this. No expectations. Go into it. B, went into the album, mixtape or whatever, hated it. I mean, because dude, this one I used to do little comment reviews and stuff on different blog sites. I'm in there going in. I thought it was going to be a step up. He took a different sound. Like I just didn't understand. He's collaborating with all these Atlanta artists. What do you think? He from Atlanta? Like I'm going in. I remember some of the thoughts I had. I'm like, where's the Houston influence? I'm telling you, bro. I'm like, you from the H? Oh, he's showing his cutties, the hums. Like I'm going in. This is like the first listen. Second listen, things changed. Even from that first listen, it was some songs I like. Backyard Freestyle, Sloppy Toppy, because I was a Migo guy a little bit around that time. Go back. I just like Tevin. Just listen to the album. Don't think about all the Al Pharaoh. Don't think about that. Just listen. And I did. And I was like,
when did you do the second listen? Around that time or now?
what you mean? This was 2014.
Okay.
This was like that same day, that night.
Okay.
Because I remember I was cleaning up when I listened to it the first time.
Okay.
I was actually doing something and having it in my headphones. And then I remember putting it on my I used to have a little block Bluetooth. Bro, I remember this day. I remember. So, anyways, I played it again. I think it was like around nighttime. And I played it. I'm like, it all made sense for some reason. It just clicked. Sometimes it don't click the first time, B. You've been through that before.
Sadly.
And the second time it actually clicked. Mamacita sounded different. I hated this song.
Oh, I love that song.
This song is crazy.
That.
This Rich Homie Quan and Young Thug in there, like
prime Rich Gang,
peak, bro. Rich Gang era. Like even though I wasn't big on the Rich Gang like mixtape, but they had a moment around that time. And it's just like, bro, drugs you should try. Like, come on, bro. Like, don't play. I hated that song at one point. Like when I first heard it, I'm like, I hated Big Sean right at that time. I was like not with him or the other that. Also, the mixing is still so bad on that song to me. That's the young Big Sean version.
But remember, it hasn't re-released. At the
I
time
know what I'm saying. This is a mixtape, yeah. So I was saying I hope they master that. But I don't know. Quintana, what is it, part 2? It's cool. Skyfall. Oh my God. Come on, bro. What was I thinking that first listen, B?
I don't know.
I was tripping, bro. Zombies I still don't care for though.
That's one that we don't.
Yeah. Like I don't really care for Zombies lately. I just don't. Zombies the only song I actually really don't care for on here. That's the only song. I really just like, I can skip it. It's not bad. It's just, I just can skip that song.
No, I gotta hear that when I hear this project.
Then Basement Freestyle, I love that. And Backyard, dope. I think Backyard was my favorite song in the beginning.
That's the one that Logic took, right?
Yeah, Backyard.
That's an appropriator right there.
Dang,
wait, how you appropriating off of an appropriator? That's crazy. This is crazy work
was
right
dope. And then, Back, the little bonus track's cool.
Back on this man.
But if you want to get into your breakdown, but after that we can just talk about just the influence, the staple it was for his career after how you feel. So where was you, B?
Man, look, Travis, he was the. Let me paint the picture for y'all. Let's rewind it back. Al Farrow came out. Before that, Travis was this guy that was working with Kanye.
T.I. as well. He was running around in
Yeah,
Grand Hustle.
producing. Hot new kid from
From the
Houston.
H, bro.
I'm like, oh, I gotta support because we ain't had nobody coming out there because the last person that came out there wasn't doing nothing. Kurt Cobain's.
He had a little bangers.
No, he had 2 bangers, but guess what?
And then he had
fell
a
off.
cool little mixtapes.
No, I enjoy him,
Yeah.
but to the rest of the world, they don't know about that.
Well, you know who killed him? You know Drake got him out of here.
Oh, I'll say yeah. I was like,
Drake got him out of here, bro.
yeah. But kid from Houston working with Kanye, he had some production credits on. I'm not sure if was it My Holy Grail?
He was
Magna
on
Carta
that-
Holy Grail. I know he was on that, but I don't know if this came out before. Or
This
after
was after My Holy
He
Grail.
he was on that. He was on Pusha T song Blocker. He was
did
on
that.
that. He was on Good Summer or Cruel Summer.
Summer, he did that.
I was like, all right, I'm getting so hyped.
And Yeezus was before this too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'm getting hype. Al Farrow came out. It's trash. Dog water. There were some jams on there.
Oh yeah, a few.
But yeah, there was some. There was a handful. But overall, the
Wasn't
project as a whole was bad. So when this was coming out, I'm like, I know what we're getting at with this now. I'm like, that first project, booty cheeks. You work with some of the biggest names in hip hop, and you came out with Al Farrow. I'm like, oh, this ain't gonna be good. But then I'm starting to look at the track list, and I'm like, what are we doing with these guys on here? And so, listen to the mixtape. I was like, oh, this is it.
Yeah.
It clicked with me
hit you
first.
what first
Yeah,
listen?
I was like, this is it. Because I feel
click with
like
me,
what
bro.
he tried to go for, Al Farrow, he definitely saw the problems with it, and he improved, except for his rapping. His rapping is still similar, even though I feel like his flow is a lot better than it was on Al
Oh, his
Farrow.
flow is better on here. His flow is better now, of course. But his rapping is still bad.
Yeah, his rapping is horrible. It's atrocious. But it fits the vibe of what he was going for.
Yeah.
Travis is a great project curator. This is what I was like, all right. I was like, I see what you tried to go for in the last one. Trying to go for this ambient, psychedelic, dark themed
But he
album.
was doing a little too much with it.
What, in that last?
No,
Al Farrow?
Al Farrow.
Oh no, I get it.
Yeah.
And he went left. He didn't go the right way. This right here, got the first track. I'm like, all right. And I liked what he was doing with his voice.
Yeah.
I like some of his vocal. I don't want to say inflections, but his vocal. Some of the effects he was using on his voice. I was like, all right, what are we doing? We get to Mamacita. I'm like, okay, this kind of feels like an old cowboy western.
Yeah.
But that bass came in. I'm like, oh, we have arrived, baby.
Bro.
I'm like, what are we doing right now?
I remember like being like, how does this song didn't hit the first time for me, bro?
But I hate to say it like this. Travis is the worst part of that song.
Come on, B. We know that.
Rich Gang? Young Thug and Rich on
Bro.
One?
Travis is the
That was
worst.
their song.
Travis
That-
is the worst on this project.
I'm
on
thinking that he
everything.
produced that song, and he was like, yo, I got a project coming out, guys, no single. Rich Gang was
Yeah.
like, we'll get us one to you this time.
Yeah.
Like, we'll give it to you this time. Like, you just put your verse in front. That song was amazing. Then after that, Quintana Part 2.
Yeah.
Now, I have a love-hate relationship with this song. I have a love-hate relationship. Some days I love it, some
Sometimes.
days I hate it. I always love the finesse. I was like, oh. the one thing
But is it
Travis
that
does, yes, B, because the one thing that Travis does perfect on this album, some songs, he just sets them up so perfectly.
Yeah.
And then the hype meets the expectation. I'm like, what you are going for on this song right here, Travis, is perfect. But then it just does that skirt, and then it goes to T.I., and I'm like,
Oh, I really hate that.
I'm like, what are we doing? I'm like, we was perfect on the finessing part. I kind of wish it was just an interlude at sometimes. What T.I. came on there? T.I. was rapping. Not a bad
I
performance.
just don't like the beat change.
Exactly. You F my mood up. And then you want to go back to the finessing at the end. I'm like, what?
And
what
then
are
what
we-
Travis say? Oh, this is what the door is looking at the bottom. Hey! That's so hard though, B.
No, when he first came in, and it has that little effect like, straight up.
I was like, hey, bro, everything hit different that second listen, bro. I was like,
Oh,
my
man.
God.
That I feel like what Travis went for on Al
Yeah.
Farrow, he succeeded on this album. The tone, the atmosphere, everything was perfect on here. Then after that, Drugs You Should Try It.
Yeah.
Perfect. This is how I knew that this album was going to get re-released soon, because I heard it on the Don Toliver Howard Storm Psycho, and in one of those skits, he has that song playing in the background. I'm like, oh, he had to get that sample cleared.
Yeah.
Which means that the actual song got cleared in the process. Which means that this is going to be coming to streaming soon. I already knew do that.
And songs like Drugs You Should Try and like I'm not trying to skip, but Gray are like I know he tried to get more into alternative. Like it wasn't like hip hop.
I could call it like psychedelic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's when I knew
hip-hop.
this is when I knew he got his sound because he actually did those two songs good to me, and that's how like when you not trying to skip, but when you get the rodeo and you hear some of those alternative songs, you're like, he got it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm like, okay, he got it now because he was trying to do stuff like this on Al Ferry, he had like Tori Iman on it, but it just wasn't. It didn't hit right. But I'm like, he get this right, like, oh, he got it, bro. He got it.
I don't know what he put in this.
Yeah, he did
put something. He put some crack in there. Ooh, I was addicted. I listened to this project so many times in college. I can't tell you how many times because this came out when I was in college.
Yeah.
Oh, I had this jamming. But after that, Don't Play.
Yeah,
I can do without this one. This one's alright. I get it, but I didn't really care.
I
for Big
really
Sean's
love this
performance.
music video.
I didn't really go back to the music videos for this review.
No, I'm not for the review. I'm just saying I just remember the music video because I remember like the him on the horse was like a huge like gift back then, and then with the American flag and all that. But anyways, this song right here, bro, I didn't care for it because I always hating on Big Sean. And then at the time, the 1975 was like a little cool little hipster band. That's why I'm like, okay, he's showing his like he's in touch with things that's going on outside of hip hop. I don't know. I actually. Going back and listening to it, doing the review, I still like this song.
To me, it's not that I dislike the song, but if it comes to like, if I had to take one song out, it'd be this one. This is the one I could just take out, and I'd be like, oh,
Flame, my brother, I got you.
Yeah, I was just like, to me, it wasn't a good mix. It just wasn't a good mixture for me.
Yeah.
But then we got Skyfall. I don't wanna burn no more. Yo, it's shaking me high. No. I was like, oh, okay.
Hey, I remember washing dishes to this joint. I just remember, bro, during that time because it was before I was leaving, going back to school, bro. But it came out in August. I just remember I was still in school around that time, and I went back home like.
I just remember, I used to just say that all the time in school. Yo, it's shaking me high.
I sound like my
I just love the way that he played with his voice. You could definitely see his influences, especially like from someone like a Young Thug at the time, who was also on the song. Young Thug had a phenomenal verse on there as well. Now, we got to go to the next song. This one's produced by Lex Luger, which is very surprising to me from the sounds that he went for on this. You don't really like a song like that.
I don't like the beginning, but when Travis started rapping and the beat go through, it was okay. But it's just that beginning part, and then I don't know. It don't resonate.
To me, this song is one of my favorite ones off here.
It don't resonate with
Let
me,
the kids sing.
It just don't. It don't resonate, man. It's one of them songs like "Piss on Your Grave." I don't know why. I
kind of get it.
It's
I
like
don't
it's
like Piss
not.
On Your Grave like that. But
I know people that love that song, but it's a song to me. It's not bad. It's like Zombies give me that like.
To me, this is the rebellion song.
Yeah,
I
got you.
This is that Piss on My Grave. Those are the rebellion songs.
And I think I just don't resonate to some of those songs.
I understand.
Yeah,
definitely a mixed bag. But for me, I love Zombies. Oh my gosh!
But you know what happens at the Zombies song?
One of the best songs on the project, Sloppy Toppy.
Hey.
Pee Wee Longboy came through. Migos came through.
Bro, it was his
Travis.
birthday.
I'm not gonna lie. Does Travis have the weakest verse on here?
Quavo had the best. Not Quavo, Offset to me. Not Off. I'm bugging.
Takeoff
had the one.
They had some standoff
That was
verses.
my broccoli.
Pee Wee Longboy had a
his
great verse too.
Was Offset even on this song? It was just Quavo and
No.
Offset. He
Offset
was before Pee Wee.
I think he was either after or before Pee Wee.
Yeah.
I think he was after. I remember he was one of the last ones before it went off. But man, this song right here, to me, this was like, I'm like, you getting in your Atlanta bag right now. You really ran to Atlanta for a check balance, and god dang it, you got the checks balanced.
He was in the right space.
No, he was, because this right here was phenomenal. Then we got Basement Freestyle. Is this the one I like?
Yeah, Offset not on this song, bro.
Offset's not on this one?
Nah, Takeoff, Quavo.
I thought he was the last one before Pee Wee.
Is he?
Go after Pee Wee?
Oh, he did come in.
I'm about to say, yeah. I'm about to say he was either before or after Pee Wee.
You're right.
Yeah. But Basement Freestyle, I'm thinking of back right now.
What?
Which one is the one? That's Gray. I'm trying to remember because I always get Basement Freestyle. Oh, that. I can do without Basement. Yeah,
it's okay.
It's cool.
See, I like Backyard. I don't know why I always mix up Backyard and Basement. I like Backyard. I always thought it was Backyard Freestyle.
Yeah, same. I be wanting to call it that too.
It always mixed me up.
But I do like Backyard. Backyard chill, man. That song hard. To me, Gray is pretty good too.
I love Gray.
Back. I'm glad it's a bonus track, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's the song like Zombies, Back, and Basement Freestyle are like the 3 songs. I'm like,
Hold up. So you just telling me that you don't like Metro or Lex Luger at that point? Because Metro produced 2 of those, Lex Luger produced 2
it's
of
not
those.
about the production as well. It's also Travis, bro.
He don't like them too.
You throw it back. Nah.
See, this is the precursor to him not liking Metro now. That's crazy.
Metro, man, you don't do nothing but drums, man. Shut up, make some drums, nigga.
But yeah, I this project to me is a artist breakthrough project right here. This is an artist defining project. Like how I always say with Big Crit was here as his project. For me, this is Travis' project right here because this is a great introductory point to get someone into Travis. And even though you might not like this, you can still like another Travis project after this. Now, Al Farrow, if you like that one, something's wrong with you in the head. Yeah. If you like Al Farrow and don't like Days Before, something's wrong with you in the head.
You need to go to a neurology clinic.
No, you just need to go to a psych ward.
Get your EEG
Let's skip a few steps. But this project right here, to me, it helps set the precedence and tone for his later projects. We're going to be after this. But also, I feel like this was really a precursor to Birds of the Trap, Sing McKnight, because I feel like that's literally the spiritual successor to an album like Days Before Rodeo. I love Birds of the Night, Sing McKnight. And I know some people hate that project and think it's one of his worst. And I'm one of those people that think it's one of his worst. It's definitely on the second bottom half. But I still love that project and for the similar atmospheres that it gives me between Al Farrow and Days Before Rodeo itself. Days Before Rodeo to me is a classic mixtape. Classic. I love it. It's not the best project I've ever heard. It's not the best trap project either. Even though I hate considering this trap. I hate it because it's not trap.
It's like psychedelic rap.
Yeah. It's like psychedelic. To me, it just has trap rhythms, but it don't make it trap music. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It's just really the artist. Migos, Rich
Which, I mean,
Pee Wee Longway on here. It's very Atlanta influence as well, just especially with the artist, you know. So I think it's just a really good mix of that, that blog era kid, that kid that listened to Gucci, that kid that listened to Kid Cudi, Kanye, and also being, from Houston as well. I don't know. I think Travis just, like, one thing about Travis, you could not like his rapping or everything, or not like his personality. When it comes to the world he builds, like this right here, like all Al Farrow is just that he was trying to do it. You always try to, it's like when you draw something.
To me, Al Farrow is pretentious.
Yeah, I think Al Farrow is the rough draft. It's like, it's not the best, but then he got Days, and Days it's like you said, it's a staple. It's a career defining project, bro. It's like, this is him. And one thing about this, I don't think he ever got out of this lane. He just built on it to me.
I agree.
He just built upon it. Like, he just expanded the world. Like, Astro World to me is a perfect Travis world, in my opinion. I think it's like his magnum opus when it comes to like, this is the world I want to make. I don't know why. I don't know if you don't feel that way. I just feel like Rodeo.
In terms of like building a world, sonically.
And I feel like from track to track to track, like, bro, like that album is like, you get what I mean?
I agree. I think Rodeo is a better body of work in terms of like his rapping performances and some of like the standouts that he has from Rodeo.
And when it comes to like diversity with, I guess,
sonically.
Sound.
But I think if you want to go that route, like in terms of like creating a sonics, I think Astro World is the best one.
So look, with Astro World, right? We're gonna review another album that I'm gonna speak about. But with this, it puts you in the same lane. Like I feel like the album is like it. Like Astro World wasn't something that's gonna make you be like, wow, this is all the same. But it could be the same, but it's different because the production's here. It makes you up in emotions, just like the song, like what's the song, Roller Coaster, or whatever. What's it called?
Carousel.
Carousel. Like, I don't know. It's like you're on a ride. It felt like you was on a ride, even though you're in the same world. You get what I mean? Like nothing to me stepped out of the world to me.
To me, the only things the only things that really got me out of that world is maybe if I had to force it, maybe is it Californication or am I thinking of Houston Bean? I'm not sure, but those are the only ones that kind of get me out of it. But I think Utopia goes more to that point of there's some songs that throw me out of the world. And I'm just like, okay, what are we doing?
I think Utopia was like, it just wasn't it for me, bro.
I like Utopia, but I don't like it as much as Astro World. In terms of I think to me it's on his lesser.
I like Birds better than Utopia.
Whoa, that's a take, but I mean I like Birds better than Utopia, but I have a sentimental place with Birds, so that's different.
I like it more. even though I don't care for Birds,
But I think what you're speaking to about what Astroworld didn't do, I think Birds does that. Because I remember one time I was in the car with some friends and I was playing Birds, and 3 songs went by, and they was like, "Did you ever change the song?" Like 3 songs went by.
Yeah.
They said, "Did you ever change the song?" Or like, it was like, "Has this song been playing this whole time?" Yeah. So I think, I think he fails again. That's why I said this is a mixture of Days, Before Rodeo, and Alfaro.
So
That's
you
why
think
Birds is.
you think Rodeo's better than Astroworld?
I think musically. I think musically in terms of like musically in terms of like if I could just take the songs out by themselves.
Oh,
yes.
OB.
Rodeo?
Yeah. I love Rodeo.
Pornography is good.
Rodeo is great. It's a good album.
No, yeah. But
I'm saying Astroworld though? Astro is his best work. Most definitely.
See, I wouldn't argue between Astroworld or Rodeo. I think it's more of a preference thing. If I had to listen to a full album, I'd play Astroworld. But to me, Rodeo has some pretty high highs.
B, listen to Stargazing, Carousel, Sicko Mode, R.I.P. Screw, Stop Trying to Be God, Nobody. These songs, this run is insane.
Perfect album.
B.
Perfect album.
Rodeo's, love that album.
Rodeo, but we gotta look at Rodeo. B,
no. Pornography, fire.
On my this side,
Fire,
perfect.
35, but that's 3500. Not a bad song, but that run stopped when you
But
compare
that's
it
what
to
I'm
that
saying.
run.
But see, that's what I'm saying. If I had to listen to an album,
Wasted? No, it's not a bad song. Not a bad song, but compared to that run we just listed, B.
But I said if I had to listen to an album, Astroworld.
Not on 2.0, good song.
Okay.
But bro,
Pray for Love?
No, I love the song, but B, to that run to me, I don't know, bro. One day we could do album, we could do track for track. We could do track for track, even though we're not even talking about the other album no more. We probably should move on to some other albums because we're going there. Like we might have to do that, bro. If we want to do a versus with, we might have to do it.
I love Astroworld.
How many tracks? 14. Well, if you want to do that, we got 16 tracks.
I'm not sure. I mean,
if we do track for track, we can do it.
Astroworld, but I never make the argument.
B,
that,
17.
But B, I never make the argument that if you prefer Astroworld over Rodeo, I'm not making that argument.
I just rather do a battle of track for track.
That'd be fun.
And I just want you to understand that you're gonna be like, ooh.
But I'm like that now. I usually tie them. To me, it's one of those. What am I feeling that day? To me, that's my mode. I want to feel like I'm in an atmosphere.
Astro Thunder V.
Astro Thunder's hard. You know I like my boy Nav on here. Even when his vocals was effed up. I loved it. Arthur mixed that with the headphones on the side. I love it.
Travis was in his freaking bag, bro. And you know how much I think it was one point. Okay, Days, I know we're off to something else. Days amazing. Love that mixtape. Happy to hear it being on streaming. I could play it in the car. But B. Astroworld, bro.
Astroworld is amazing.
You went to the concert.
Yeah, I went to the concert.
You and Shaquille.
Yeah. I got the what's the thing
called? Hoodie, the jacket.
Yeah, I still got the windbreaker.
B. No.
That's why I said for me, it depends on the day.
It's so crazy.
It depends on the day.
This album's so good, people couldn't even I remember people didn't. It got mixed reviews. Rodeo. People couldn't hate on this, bro. Like even look at the reviews. Like I don't care about what other people think, but just at this point, it's just like.
Well, B, what does Sean C think?
We'll get on that. We'll get on that later. Look at that. But like, look at this. We got a 3.5, 5 point.
They hating though.
They was like, cause I remember when I will
say though, there are more skips on Rodeo than there are Astroworld.
Thank you.
There's just some very high highs.
But I'm just saying, I think the highs are higher on Astroworld.
I think it's more consistent highs. But there's some highs on. There's some highs on Rodeo.
All right, we're gonna leave off this. I promise. Mm-hmm. But I want to get him with this one. What's the best song on Rodeo?
That's tough.
No, it's not. What's the best song on Rodeo?
I want to go Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler's the best song?
I want to go Nightcrawler.
What's the best song on Astroworld?
Let me look at the track list. Best song on Astroworld. Keep going.
You see how easy you answered that for Rodeo?
That's because that's the one song I go back to. Okay, outside of the album, so I go back to Nightcrawler.
So you don't go back here?
If I'm listening to Astroworld, I'm listening to Astroworld.
Okay.
Easy. But that's why I said that. That's why I said
that's why I'm telling you the highs are higher, B.
I said it's more consistent highs.
Nah, the highs are. That mean the highs are higher.
But no,
word games.
Well, hold on. I think Nightcrawler is a top 5 Travis song though. That's
Nightcrawler's amazing.
That's what I'm saying. So we not gonna do that.
Man, hey,
That's-
Days Before Radio, love it. Top what? In the era around that time?
Oh, top 10 in the era, top 10, top 5. I would say in the era that was in. Wait, you said Days Before Rodeo?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant Astro World.
No,
I was still on
no,
that.
not Days.
Days Before Rodeo.
It's a top.
Top 20.
I think it's in the
blog era?
Ending of the blog era a little bit. 2014, we still in the blog era. I think it's
Mixtapes and albums or just mixtapes?
just mixtapes. You know how to mixtapes. I think top 20, top 15.
I'm comfortable with top 20. Top 15,
And if we're going to go influence, I think it'll go higher. Just because where he's at now and all the little babies that people love, and where he's at now. This album, this mixtape, without this mixtape, if we just knew him from like Al Farrow, he just was like, yo, I'm just going to produce and then put out nothing else. This right here made him like, oh, I knew I got it. I think this is the most supporting project in his discography.
Oh, yeah, because it was the make or break.
Yeah.
We already took a chance on Al Farrow and you failed us.
If he would have failed on this one,
it would have
he wasn't going to give us a rodeo.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying?
You would have been back to producing.
Yeah.
Look, that's like if Kanye didn't make it with College Dropout.
Who said that? What actually said? Dr. Dre, stick to producing. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. But man.
Oh, man. But, all right, Days Before Rodeo, man, I get hyped talking about any Travis project.
It's like,
besides Utopia, I don't get too hyped talking about that one.
Yeah, all right. Days for Rodeo, and Astro World, bro, them 3 drinks, like you would see me light up, and you could call me the guy that's he's a boom bap head. No, I go all the way. You know what I mean? I listen to everything. But those 3 projects from Travis, bro, hey man, I'll be giddy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, B.
But all right.
Wanna